was not aware of that this kind of a forum exists. Today, around 4 o'clock, I got the information that I should participate, and Rajshekar Reddy and a couple of friends, and our own Praveen and Surekha, they are here. In fact, I thought it will be a kind of introducing myself to this kind of gathering. And after coming here, after looking at the directors and CEOs forum of Hyderabad, I feel privileged to be part of this, and I would like to continue this association, and I would like to do my best, whatever is possible. And I take this also as an opportunity to introduce about myself. In fact, I was the 91 batch. I think Jayesh Ranjan was 93 batch, probably IAS officer. I joined in 91 in Indian Revenue Service, Customs and Central Excise. I was there in the service for 15 years. I worked at Chennai and Visakhapatnam. I resigned from the service, not voluntary retirement. I resigned after 15 years in 2006. Basically, right from the beginning, I'm basically a doctorate in agriculture. I had done my BS agriculture from Tirupati and MSc and PhD from the prestigious Indian Agriculture Research Institute in New Delhi. While in Delhi, everybody was writing about civil services. We also got to know about it. I wrote the civil services, got into customs, and I was there for 15 years. Somehow I was not comfortable. Basically, I am from a rural background, son of the soil, studied agriculture, wrote civil services, got into customs. Some kind of discomfort was there all through, though I was in the service out of my compulsions. Then once I felt there is larger from outside, I took a decision in 2006 and resigned. Before resignation, in fact, 2001, I started a charity organization looking at the helplessness of the elderly people, basically from rural areas. I started a NGO called Srinivasa Charitable Trust, based in Chittoor district. I belong to Chittoor district of Andhra Pradesh. I immediately started a old age home, basically to take care of any helpless, elderly, poor persons. And last 8 years, I am successfully maintaining about 25 to 30 inmates are there always. And their food, shelter, medical care, everything is taken care. And I wanted to continue that. Being in the service, I had my own limitations. I just could not expose myself that what I am doing. People will attribute motives, and people may allege that I am misusing my position to maintain all these kind of things. So these kind of things made me to quit the service because I wanted to participate myself actively into the public life. Then after resigning, first thing I did was my core competence was I was in the service for 15 years. I was a good officer. In fact, the chief commissioner who was recommending my relief from the department, he has mentioned that it is a loss for the service actually, not for Mr. Reddy. And there was a call from our ministry, although that's the Union Finance Ministry, the chairman and the member, they called me and they tried to persuade me to stay back. And they offered that if they can do anything about my postings and my transfers, which I politely declined and said I had better opportunities outside. After coming here, I started a customs consultancy service, which basically takes care of customs, taxes and service tax issues, and also an organization which takes care of customs clearing and forwarding. When import-export take place, some kind of facilitation has to take place, like what CEAs, chartered accountants do for income tax. There is a business called custom house agents with customs. I started these two wings. I took qualified, competent and sincere people who are willing to work, and I made them stakeholders in the business. Both are running successfully, both are doing good, and there are about 40 employees in both organizations. And I'm one way not involved in day-to-day operations of those two organizations, but I remain the CEO and managing director. I also started a construction company and the style and brand of Jagruti Housing and Infra Private Limited. of which in fact another senior from my college and also who is an IAS from Kerala cadre, he was also planning to quit. He wanted to partner with me, and the basic idea was he is also doctorate in agriculture. We wanted to do something to Indian agriculture, and he is also from rural areas. Initially we thought of entering into supply chain management where you give better deal to the farmers, but then when we started it was involving huge expenditure and we had to make full time into it. So then we shelved that and then thought of starting imparting management to agriculture students who pass out from agriculture universities. Then as a corollary we have started food and agri business school. In fact 2009 August 8th, Srinivasa Charitable inaugurated our campus at Chevella. We also included engineering into it so that large number of students in the campus. It's an integrated campus. Then now 2 years completed, third year in progress. Food and Agri Business School actually first batch is out and all are placed, well placed. And I am also one of the director. And my IAS friend who quit the service, he runs the college and the other activities related to education. I also started, we together, himself and myself, we also started a diagnostic service center based at SR Nagar. Basic idea was, apart from my old age home, I also take care of 5 students of medicine, 5 students of engineering, and the general students who were meritorious from the rural areas who want to study. So those educational activities apart from that, we also conduct regular medical camps. Every Sunday, a doctor visits the old age home and surrounding villages. Every Sunday, 100 to 120 outpatients, they come from surrounding villages. They are given free treatment, free medicines. We take care of that. 2009 January, I have organized a mega medical camp in the school where I studied in Chittor district. When I went and met Dr. Shastri from ME Diabetes Center, asked him to participate. There are about 18 doctors participated in the camp. It was a 2-day camp. And Dr. Shastri from ME Diabetes Center, Hyderabad was also one of the participants. When I asked him to what to do about basically when they come to the camp, when patients come, if you have to check the sugar levels or cholesterol levels, what we can do, he said you may take a glucometer and then strips. You can assess the sugar levels. You may confirm that he may be diabetic because of looking at the sugar level, but then will not be able to give any treatment. Then he suggested they should have complete blood, urine, sugar, cholesterol, these things to be done. Then only I can give the treatment. Then immediately I decided to organize a mobile diagnostic center. Then took them to our place 15 days before the camp and covered about in 4 mandals, about 15 villages. Each village was scheduled. Every day, team goes, take the blood sample in the morning, again after 2 hours, like what the master health checkup is done in the corporate hospitals. It was done for all 30 plus age group. About 3,500 tests were conducted. Of course, I had to toil a lot to organize the doctors, then buying medicines and organizing a lot of things. In fact, it was like writing a civil services UPS examination again. Then after that I came to know, in fact doctor was suggesting that there will not be many sugar patients or cholesterol guys in rural areas because they are hardworking and their diet also limited compared to city, urban areas. But then 25% of the patients who were examined actually for these tests turned out to be having high sugar, requiring attention from diabetes side. He was also surprised and he wanted the data from my side. But then we realized, in fact, instead of conducting camps now and then, we thought if something good can be done to the society by way of, in fact, all of us, unless you are seriously ill or some wrong signals are projected, you will not go to the hospital. You will not have time basically. And think about middle class and lower middle class. To address that issue, I started basically, it was after the experience with the camp and that mobile approach, we started the diagnosis center where now I have full established lab, with all licenses, everything. A doctor, a biochemist and pathologist associated with that, and I have technicians and team. They go to any locality in Hyderabad now. Now, as of now, we are concentrating only in Hyderabad. Go to Miyapur, Chandanagar or any areas where large colonies are there, apartments. They take the samples from there, they announce 2-3 days before. They conduct a camp there and they draw the samples, do the tests and then give the reports. So far we have done about 18,000 tests in Hyderabad and 3,700 new cases of having high sugar requiring attention from diabetes treatment were found out and informed at the cost of 499 rupees. This 499 rupees they do complete blood, urine, sugar, cholesterol, kidney and liver test and also ECG. Any abnormality will be reported and they will be advised to consult general doctors. This is done at the cost of 499 rupees and it is also like I take it as a corporate social responsibility. If I am able to identify and tell 3,500 people out of these 18,000 or so population we have screened that they have this problem and they need, it's a contribution, that's what we felt. So I am director in the diagnostic center also and now latest actually, in fact it has been last 2 years it has been dawning in our mind and I was not able to organize. Now it is coming to shape. Basically it will be a continuous process. I am starting again with my native district, my native mandal actually. I have a plan, I have drawn a plan and I have put a team in place. I have doctors, I have technicians, I have the volunteers. I am going ahead a bit aggressively taking care of rural female health issue. That is, last time when we organized the camp, one of the doctors suggested most neglected is rural women. They live in very unhygienic conditions, they do not report any illness. She suggested that we should go with pap smear test which will be a indicator for cervical cancer. If you can detect in early stages, you can help a family. And there are large scale reporting of the cases even now from in India, mostly from rural areas. So 4th of September, we are launching the program formally and Chief of Gynecology from Vijaya Hospital and other doctors from Tirupati, they are participating and it will be a continuous process. 2 days, we may cover about 100 patients and pathologist from ESI Hospital Hyderabad is also expressed his willingness to be associated with me and I am taking everybody to the place and it's going to be a continuous process. Probably, in fact, we have made some estimate like one mandal, if you have to cover all the women population and of course when you go with the doctors, it's basically a mobile mode. You go to each and every hamlet, each and every village and our team will come there for a day or two depending on the population to be screened and they will keep doing it on regular basis. So one mandal, the cost estimated is about 20 lakhs by our people and we are looking at support from all the individuals or corporate and our people are already, we have drawn plans for almost one complete mandal we can cover, there is no problem. In fact, Apollo Hospital is also supporting us, Apollo Vijaya Hospital. See, basically I have explained about my position, I am into all these activities and each and every activity is being given to a competent, efficient and capable person. I am not involving on day-to-day basis again. I will get the idea, I will start the program and I leave it to them.